Hello everybody, so I've decided to film another video, obviously dressed exactly the same. I am just trying to get as many videos filmed and that as I can so I can sit and edit and, you know, keep it going. So you will probably find a lot of videos I wear a lot of the same clothes because I'm trying to do 2 videos at once. But yeah, this video is a how to save money for holidays, deposits, everything. Obviously living in London is one of the hardest things when it comes to saving money. Nothing is cheap here. Rent is not cheap, so me and Adam are renting where we are at the minute. The aim is to buy a place, be it a flat, a house, masonette, we don't know yet. We're obviously going to be looking to moving outside of London because we just cannot afford the house prices that are in London like we are now. So that's one of the downfalls of living where I do, is saving can be quite hard, and I do understand that a lot of things happen where you can't necessarily afford to put money away, but this is my guide to what I do to save money, and hopefully it will help some of you guys out if you're trying to save. So I hope you enjoy this video. Give it a big old thumbs up if you do. So to start off with, I work my money out weekly. So after all my bills come out, what I do is I sit down and work my money out weekly. So I always have all my bills written down in my notebook of how much everything costs and what comes in and out of my account and when. And then I can work out from what I get paid, taking off all that, what I'd have left afterwards. So it's known as disposable income. So what is left is what I have to play with the month. Now, because I work my money out weekly, I do my food shop weekly. I find that a lot better than doing a big 1 month, like food shop, big 1 month. You know, anything monthly, I find that quite hard. Whereas weekly, I find it much easier to be able to think, right, I've got this for the week, I've got that event planned, and then I can budget it through that. It's really hard, like, you might be listening to it, I'm sorry if you get confused, but I'm going to try my best to explain this. But obviously when it's disposable income, so when I get to normally a Saturday or a Sunday, that's normally the end of the week. I normally start my money on a Sunday because when I do my food shop. So on a Sunday I will think, right, I have left on Saturday night, say 60 quid left on a Saturday night. So during that week I've not spent anything, I've not been out, I've not done any events, it's just been a quiet month. So I tend to put that 60 quid away. So I have a separate savings account with my bank, which is so easy to open as well, by the way. So just try and open a savings account and I stick that money into that savings account. So obviously some weeks it can be like 10, 20, 50, 40. Some months it's a fiver. Sometimes it's £2.50 that I put away, but I always try to put whatever I've got left away, because otherwise it sits in your account and you spend it on things you don't really need. For example, you have £150 a week and £60 a week of that is your food shop. You have then £90 left to spend for the month, that week. I find it easier, you know, if I know I've got events coming up, like for example, I know this weekend I have got the theatre with my mum. So I would know to put away money for my Oyster card and money for food. I know I'm not going to be spending anything because the aim for this year is to save as much money as we possibly can. So I'm not going to be going shopping when I'm up in London. I'm not going to be doing anything, you know, that costs a lot of money. It'll just be food and my Oyster card ticket. So whatever's left on that Saturday night, so when I get back from the theatre and I look in my bank account, I think, right, I have got £20 left. Stick it into the savings account. And then it starts again from the Sunday. So the money that I've got left in my account, I take away the 100, you know, say I have another £150 for that week. I'm like, oh, okay, brilliant. I've got £150 a week. It's the start of a new week. I work my money out like that. It might sound confusing, but if you tend to like look at your, just before you get paid, you look at your month and you think, right, okay, I've got 2 birthdays, I've got an afternoon tea, my mum's taking me out this day, blah, blah, blah. I need money for them weeks. Take them out. Always make sure you have money for like things you want to do. I tend to take out like 30 quid from when I do my bills that I think, no, do you know what, that's going to be something if I want to treat myself, if I want to go out and do some shopping, I've got 30 quid there, you know. I think it just depends on what events and that I have planned that week, but I tend to find, yeah, by looking at it weekly and thinking, right, I've got this amount this week, take that out, put it into savings account, and then obviously you try not to dip into the savings account, but if you need to, it's there. It's a good way of doing it, and then it saves you from falling short at the end of the month as well. You can just take some money back out there. Obviously, as you guys know, I do hairdressing on the weekends as well as like a side part-time thing. it's not really a business as such. My clientele have dropped massively because of the treatment I'm having done. I was told to like cut a lot out, stop stressing, so I've cut it down. But any of the clients that I do have left, I have a couple of them that I've known for a long time. I just go and pop in really for we go and have a cup of tea, we chat and everything. Any money that they give me for doing their hair, that goes straight into our savings pot. So obviously we've got a savings pot for New York, which I have been doing that. I've been putting money away. Birthdays, Christmases, if somebody has, you know, if someone gives you like some money, goes, oh, here you go, here's a £5, blah blah blah, I stick it straight into our savings account, because otherwise, again, you spend it on things you don't need. Food, takeaways, alcohol, things you don't actually need. So I find that's for me, is having a small little part-time investment job. So obviously if you do work full-time, maybe look at doing something part-time if you want to get some extra money to go on holidays. You know, you don't want to break the bank, but also you don't want to be doing too much that you get stressed out. So maybe get yourself a little evening part-time thing that you could do. If you have a trade behind you and you're working 9 till 5, it does work out. I find it's the best way. And obviously people giving things for birthdays, Christmases, works. When I book a trip though, I tend to find that I work out monthly how much it would cost each month to pay back. So most holidays offer you the option to pay a deposit, and then you pay the rest 6 weeks to 2 weeks prior, depending on who you book with. So I find, for example, if my holiday is £600 and I go away in 8 months time, I will divide that 600 by 8 and pay it back each month. So you don't get to the 2 weeks before and you think, oh my god, I've got to find like £400. I find that's one of the best ways if you want to book a holiday. That is the best way of saving. I do that for not just holidays as well, guys. My wedding was exactly the same. I also did the same thing for my sister-in-law. Like, we said to her how we did it, and she's actually started doing it herself. I know at first it seems quite daunting, but at least then you won't be in loads of debt. It's the way of doing things. Split it monthly. Think, right, okay, I've got this amount of months until I do this event or anything. Put £10 away, £20 away each time. You won't miss it, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to use that £10 for takeaways, rubbish you don't need, or you're just going to put it to one side. Just save it. Makes so much more sense. For getting best deals on that on things, I use different websites. So I have comparison sites for holidays, Love Holidays, Trivago, Skyscanner, Booking.com and Airbnb. I find are the best priced places to get holidays. I very rarely book my holidays through direct companies. It's always through these guys. Love Holidays mainly are the main holiday bookers that I use. I absolutely love them. I've had no problems with them, and I've booked every single holiday through them. So I will link them below, but that's who we're travelling to with New York with. We did the same with my trip that I'm doing with my friend during the year. Mexico we did, Orlando we did through there. So check them out, they're really good. And when it comes to things like events, like days out things, I use Attraction Tickets Direct. They specialise in obviously Disney tickets, so if you are going to Orlando or if you're going to Paris or if you're going to California, they do different packages for holidays, which is incredible. Oh my god, like at first when we booked Disney, we didn't book through them, we booked through Disney Direct. I could have saved half my money by booking through these and got freebies. So Attraction Tickets Direct are honestly amazing. You get freebies from them, vouchers, you know, gift cards for food places. Honestly, they are absolutely mad, and they do not just international, they also do European and London city break like packages. So go and check them out if you want to get good discounted tickets. And when it comes to theatre tickets, I always use TodayTix. TodayTix are amazing for theatre tickets, especially if you live in London. You can enter raffles that you get free tickets, £25, £15 rush tickets. You also get all your tickets at like half the price, and that's who we'll be using when we go to New York. They don't just specialise in the UK, obviously it's all over the world. So check them out if you want to go and get some good theatre tickets as well. It's half the price than booking through like Ticketmaster and direct through the theatre production. So they are my how to save money best way to save money in terms of events and everything, so you don't have to pay an absolute fortune. And then throughout the year, for saving money, especially towards Christmas, I know Christmas is one of the hardest times to spend money, and it's stressful because you've got food, presents and everything. Me and Adam decided 2 years ago to start getting the Asda's Christmas saving card. We will not look back and do it. Oh my god, I absolutely love our Asda saving card. So every time you do a food shop, you stick 1, 2, 3, 5, however much you want onto this card, and then at the end of the year you get bonus points in November, because obviously say you put £150 back, they give you £7 back on the card. Brilliant. And it honestly helps so much. Me and Adam don't have the stress of having to find like 70, 80 quid, maybe even £100 on our Christmas food shop, including presents. We can do it all straight through Asda, which is such a relief. And honestly, I would advise it for anybody. I know Iceland do the same. It's called a bonus card. I don't know about Tesco's, and I'm not sure about Sainsbury's, but I can imagine they've got some sort of gift card scheme that you can just stick £1 on. And it's not just in them kind of shops you can do that in, like New Look, Next, everything. Buy a gift voucher because they last the year, and just keep topping up the gift voucher. And then at the end of the year you'll think, right, hold up, I've got £100 to spend, or 50 quid to spend in like TK Maxx or New Look, and I can go and buy my family some gifts. And you know, keep saving throughout the year. I know it sounds like really daunting now, thinking, oh god, you're already thinking about Christmas for next year. Honestly, I am. I will start doing when I do my food shop on Monday, because obviously we're on holiday at the minute. So Monday when I do that, I'm going to start putting money back onto the card for next year, because I want to be prepared. I want to be saving money, and the aim of next year is to save as much money as I possibly can. So they are my like little tips on how I save money. If you guys have any other ways that you spend money, or you've got anything that you think, oh, do you know what, that's actually a pretty good point, or you liked anything I said, do let me know down on the comments below. But I love you all. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next video. So bye everybody.